Recording in progress.
Alright, so now we're doing the salary negotiation role play questions. What do you think worked really well in your salary negotiation role play?
Well, for me, I feel that the best thing I did was describe my accomplishments. So listing all my skills and the experience I gained with the company. I feel that, well, it actually felt good to listen to all those good qualities and present them to the employer. It makes the employer see me in kind of more of a different light.
Yeah, I think that especially when you're talking to somebody that makes you nervous, and obviously this is supposed to make you nervous, speaking super clearly and slow really helps. I know I got fumbled up a couple times, but the majority of the time you speak really steady and be very honest about, like you said, your accomplishments. It really boosts you up. So, and then another thing that I'm doing, and Maria, you can attest to this, I'm standing. I didn't want to sit down. I have that, Wonder Woman pose, I've been the whole time I've been standing because I want to get that confidence. I don't want to make myself small, and so that's something that I think worked really well, which you don't always get with salary negotiations. When you go into someone's office, you sit down. So I really thought that standing was something really good that I did for this.
Yeah.
So what strengths did you discover about yourself?
I discovered that I could actually kind of speak up for myself. Although it was uncomfortable to ask for more from the employer, I thought that, just making my case and presenting it was something that I've never done before. So
yeah, I completely agree. And then one of the things that I found was that we as employees actually hold more power than we think we do, because they need us to be successful. And I hate to bring it up, but COVID-19 right now, at least here in Texas, there are so many people who are mooching off of unemployment. People can't find workers. So the fact that you've got me here, I'm working, I'm here every day, I hold a lot more power than, you need me. So I have a lot of power too, even though we tend to believe that, we have no power, that they've got all the power. No, in reality, we actually have a lot of the power.
So we're doing most of the work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What did it feel like to advocate for yourself and your salary and the salary you deserve?
I felt pretty, again, confident. I feel like that's the word we're going to use the most. Just because it just felt good to be noticed and be acknowledged for the work that we do. The fact that the employer, he or she made it obvious that, the employee is valuable to the company and that they do need us. So that was something that I feel I did a great job on.
I mean, it felt weird to me to advocate for myself, but at the same time, it's like weird, but also really empowering. So that was, something that, like you said, is not normal for people, especially females, to basically advocate for themselves. I'm not a horn tooter. At least not to anybody except my mom. I'll horn toot my mom and dad all day long. But like my boss, no. Yeah, and that's something I've started doing. In the past couple of weeks, I've earned quite a few certificates. And literally the second I get the email I passed, I print out the certificate and I'm like, here you go, can you put this in my employee file? Okay, here you go. I got another certificate. So that's something I've been doing, and while I'm not really having a formal meeting about it, I'm giving it to him to put in his file, so obviously he sees it. He's like, oh, she's got another certificate. Okay, that's the third one this month, but okay. So, Next question. What was the most challenging part of a negotiation process for both of you?
I think I could have definitely done a better job putting together an offer. I feel that that's the part I had most trouble with because I don't know what the employee wants. And of course, I I did my best to try and ask the employee what they wanted and see if I could match that.
I agree with you, and then at the same time, coming from the employee standpoint, you don't know what they have to offer. You know, you can ask, hey, I want $1 million raise and a $2,000 bonus every week. You're not going to get that, but
Right.
you also don't want to offend them. And I think the most challenging part for me was my own nerves. And I started overthinking things, and that's honestly why I got like the couple little tongue ties I got was because I was starting to overthink, and I just needed to
Yeah.
like in the moment, you know what you want to say, just calm down. So
Right.
that was my thing. How would you do things differently in future negotiations?
Sorry, this is not my answer.
That's okay.
So, in future negotiations, I feel like I would have to, kind of like what you did, the Wonder Woman pose, and just be, be able to just speak up clearly, because I feel like I was having trouble finding the words to say to the employer. So I would have to definitely do a lot more research beforehand to kind of get my thoughts together so that I'm ready when I do have to present to my employer.
I completely agree with that. And in addition to what you're saying, I would also, if I was in the position of the employee and even the employer, I would really identify my own personal walkaway limits. Because this particular employee, regardless of how much they want to keep her, 10% is a lot.
Yeah.
That you're cutting me down, and the benefits should be even more than that. So, having a really set, hey, this is what I need to stay. Otherwise, I'm going to go somewhere else. And having that and being true to yourself with that also is super important, I think. What resources do you need to become a better negotiator?
I feel that definitely looking at wages and kind of just looking at what your role entails and all the extra things that you are doing in like adding on to your responsibilities. I feel that comparing those two and showing the employer those two things will help in negotiating. As the employer, I feel that I would have to just let the employee describe what they want and see how I could accommodate those things.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I would do is obviously a lot of research and being cool and confident, possibly like meditating and just remaining calm. But the biggest thing I would do is if you are a part of a professional organization, like you said, look around, see what other people in the same position are doing. If you're doing more than them but getting paid less, possibly also, look to see if there are open positions around, because if you go in and they completely shut you down and they're past your, they won't get your walkaway limit, you'll have more confidence because, hey, I know that they're hiring just down the road. I'll be doing the same amount of work for twice the pay. You'll have that confidence. It'll help, boost that confidence for you, and also not lower your nerves because you have a backup plan.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be a good idea too. What did you learn from playing both the employee and the employer roles together?
So from playing both roles together, I learned how important it was to just look at the facts. And also to be able to work together and compromise. I felt that once we were able to get on the same page, both of us were more likely to leave the negotiation content.
Yeah. I learned that negotiations aren't easy for either party.
Right.
Both party, negotiations are intimidating and something, you'd rather not do, but it still has to happen. So I think that seeing it from both sides, it helps you to understand that while you may think it's hard for you, it's also hard for them. So, because they don't want to lose you. Ideally. In an ideal situation, they don't want to lose you. Based on this week's reading and this role play, why do you think salary negotiation is important?
So from what I got from the role play, I feel that salary negotiations are important because the employee has an opportunity to really show their value to the employer. So again, it comes back to what type of things someone in their position is doing and what other responsibilities they have added on. You have that moment to share those new things with your employer, show them that you do have the skills and the experience to deserve the compensation. I feel that also as the employer, it's really important because, you don't want to take your employees for granted, so you want to be able to be fair and discuss those things if that is a concern on their part.
Yeah, I think that salary negotiation is so important because it, like you said, is the ultimate self-advocating.
Right.
I am presenting, this is what I'm worth. You tell me if you think I'm worth it. Because, this is what I think I'm worth, both salary and benefits all together as a package, my experience and everything. So having that salary negotiation skills is like the most important kind of self-advocation because unfortunately the world revolves around money. Sucks, but it's true.
Right.
Having that good salary completely changes your life. And if you're able to advocate for yourself successfully, you're going to change your life. So, yeah, that's what I think. Thank you, Professor, and yeah, have a great weekend.
Thank you.